Hello students, welcome to Inspire EDUCARE. In this video, we will learn about if-else statements and nested if statements. So far, we have learned how to run something when a condition is satisfied. But what about when it's not? What do we do when we want something to run only when the condition in the if statement is not satisfied? That is why we have the else keyword. This keyword comes in a package with an if statement that needs to be used right under the body of if. Taking the last example, what if we wanted to print something if number 1 was greater than number 2? For that, let's use an else statement. After adding that, it looks something like this. Now, whenever the condition of if is not satisfied, the body of else statement works. Therefore, if num1 was 3 and num2 was 2, then the lower part would have been printed. There can be an if statement without an else, but there cannot be an else statement without an if. That's all there is to learn about if-else statements. Now we can learn about nested if statements. A block of code is said to be a nested if statement only when the main body of the statement has another if statement inside it. It's best to learn about this with an example. Let's say you have a program that checks whether you have passed or failed. Easy, right? We just make a condition for the marks to be above 33 and if so, print pass or else fail, right? But what if you also want to give them a grade if they passed? There are 4 grades that are possible: A, B, C and D. What would you do about that? Well, look at how I did it. I used 4 if statements inside the original if statement, and I have kept these conditions to be satisfied only if the marks are in that range. This is a nested if statement. This can also be rewritten in a more efficient way if we use nested else if statements instead of normal if statements. For example, let's look at this example that uses else if statements. In the beginning, we check whether the marks are above 90. If so, then the grade is A, right? But if not, then the control goes to the body of else. This else has another if statement built inside of it that checks whether the value of marks is greater than 70 or not. If so, it prints the grade B, or else the control goes to the body of else inside this if statement, which again has another if statement built into it, which checks whether the marks are greater than 50 or not. If not, then it again has another else statement which leaves out the only possible grade for a person to pass, that is D. So these are called nested else if statements. That's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.